It's an unusually cool day in August. Incredible weather. We're here in the tiny little town of Goddard. I'm standing right in front of the Goddard United Methodist Church. And behind me is the area's famous covered bridge. And I'm now at the finishing point of my gouache and pastel painting. Debbie's over there in the distance. Even though the weather was incredible, she and I were the only ones who showed up today from Kentucky Appalachia Outdoor Painters. All the rest of you missed a phenomenal scene and a great day. Started out in the 60s and it's now in the low 70s. Take a look at the church here behind me. That's what Debbie is working on right now. Debbie Billips was the other painter from our Kentucky Appalachia Outdoor group to show up. So it was just the two of us in this great weather. And here's the scene she chose. She chose to do the church. And same thing, sun would have been in her eyes, and she found a nice shady spot to work from. And I just love what she came up with. I think it looks very much like something Monet would have done. So she's got to be pleased with the result that she came up with. So I started out checking out this scene. I really wanted the church in the background, and I got a couple of different angles, and maybe it could be a future painting where I actually would work from a photograph. There just wasn't a good spot to set up. No room on this side of the bridge, but look, imagine that as a painting. I just might do a larger studio piece during the winter of that scene. This bridge is the last in Kentucky that has that lattice work with wooden pegs that hold it together. And there's the plaque describing the type of lattice design that is unique about this bridge. But just a beautiful, quiet spot at the other side of the bridge where the church is. And what really caught my eye is the shadow of the church and the steeple. And I got at an angle where the cross was pointing toward the bridge and kind of helping the composition. And so that's really what caught my eye. But I'll tell you, within 2 hours, as the earth moves, that shadow completely disappeared and went away behind me. But I got it laid in from the very beginning, not chasing the light and getting my light and shadows down right away. You'll see it in this first underpainting in gouache. I wanted to make sure to get that cross in the shadow and kind of work on the composition and make sure everything fits. And what you're seeing is the progress with gouache as I continue to lay in the values and the shapes and the placement. But I got the placement wrong on the house when I went to put in the road in the background. The house is in the wrong spot, so there you see a wipeout. Completely wiped the house out using water and a brush. Was able to reactivate and remove the gouache. And now I get the house into the proper position and finish the underpainting at gouache. It's the farthest I've gone with gouache. I almost did the whole painting in gouache, but now I'm starting to lay in the highlights with pastel, and you start to see the bright vibrant colors come through with the pastel in the finishing touches. And when I got home, I had to work on the shadow in the road to get that cross in the church looking right. And that really was the only tweak. I only had to do about 15 minutes of tweaks after 2.5 hours of work on location. So only just a little bit to tweak in the studio, and I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. I think I captured the mood that I felt with that church shadow. That really meant a lot to me. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more YouTube painting videos, and go to my website at rogersnell.com.